All right, this hangout is live. It's Monday. Got a group sitting right here in front of me looking like they got all a bad case of the Mondays. You guys look cheery and
I look
excited to
good.
talk about Android. Yeah, so let's do
For centuries, we've been warned about little green men. Now, they are coming. They're coming for you. Prepare for the attack of the Android.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Monday, February 15, 2016, episode 180 of Attack the Androids. Every week, Monday nights, right here, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Join us. I'm Matt Lee. That dude right there, his name's Eric. What's up, Eric?
Not much, Matt. Happy Monday. Happy President's Day if you're in the U.S.
Nice. Getting some good bass coming through your sound. You in a studio there? What are you doing?
Maybe. I'm not sure what you're hearing.
He's
All right.
channeling Neil Diamond.
Also, Joey Kelly joining us. What's up, Joey?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is freaking freezing up here in the frozen north of Maine, and as a result, I have nothing better to do but to hang out with you guys.
Makes sense. Me neither. So, Nick Carroll, also nothing better to be doing right now.
Pretty much. Glad to be back, though. Hey, guys.
So, top of the list, we should probably talk about just a little Android security. Always like to make sure our Androids are secure. This one, all of our Russian listeners, you guys have nothing to worry about because you guys are probably the ones that made this, so that's cool. It's called the Mazar bot. Are you familiar? Do any of you have the Mazar bot on your Android?
Never heard of it.
Okay. Check. It is a malware program for Android seen advertised on Russian underground forums in the last few months. It can take full control over a phone and appears to be targeting online banking customers, so that's pretty sweet. He's the IT security expert from CSIS Security Group in Copenhagen. He's the one that kind of wrote this up. He said, until now, Mazarbot has been advertised for sale on several websites on the dark web. The dark web. We should put our show. We should put our show on the dark web. Get some real. But this is the first time he says we've seen this code to be deployed in active attacks. So it is active and it is attacking. CSIS saw a swarm of SMSs sent to a random phone number in Denmark on Friday. The messages contained a link to an Android package file, which is the Mazar bot. Mazar bot will stop installing itself if it detects an Android device that is running within Russia, perhaps to avoid drawing attention from the country's authorities. I don't think that's why. I'm just going to throw it out there. I don't know anything about any of this, but I don't think that's why.
I bet it's because the people that wrote it are probably in Russia, and they can be prosecuted by Russian law for working within their own borders. That's my guess.
Either that or their own people? Is that what you're...
Yeah.
I see.
But
you have to bounce it out to China and then bounce it back for the attack on the Russian people themselves.
Right, and then it's okay.
Right. Because that's just China doing it, and they're doing it anyway, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, either that or you can bounce it through North Korea.
The malware sends... This is pretty sweet. It says if the phone passes the location test, right, you are not in Russia, Mazarbot installs Tor, which is pretty awesome. Then malware sends an SMS saying thank you, along with the device's location to a phone number with Iran's country code.
This is funny to me. Like, this just seems like somebody's like, let's just throw in all the countries, and then later on it's gonna open a hangout chat with somebody in North Korea. Like, they're just trying to throw you off the scent.
We are going to find the list of all the countries that hate America, and we are going to use one resource, and every one of them. Screw the American pigs.
Yeah, they're just like group texting and being like, hey, F these guys, here's all your banking info.
There's like some Poor
Maybe
preteen in Iran that keeps getting "thank you" texted to her phone.
his parents are going to be pissed. He's probably going to lose a hand over that. It says the malware can exert a lot of control over a phone. It can open up a backdoor to monitor the device, send SMSs to premium rate numbers, and read two-factor authentication codes sent by SMS. Interesting. The malware also has a remote debugging function, which allows for a variety of advanced attacks on the network that a particular Android device uses. So pretty awesome and nasty stuff happening.
It just proves once again that Android and smart devices are coming into being a legitimate attack vector, and we're going to see the same thing that we saw with PCs in the 90s. Stuff skyrockets and gets out of control.
Yeah, it's
And
pretty.
What are you
pretty-
showing there, Nick?
Oh, I'm just showing the architectural chart of what it looks like and how it performs its actions. But it's a rootkit, and it's pretty hardcore.
Well, and this is that's a different one actually. That one's called Hummingbird, which is a fun little one that is it's driven by a bunch of porn websites that you may or may not visit on your Android device.
I think it's kind of interesting that they called out it can read two-factor auth codes from SMS, which makes sense, but they didn't mention two-factor auth codes through something like Authenticator.
But if you have phone, if you have control over the phone, can you just remotely open that app and get the code readouts? Because I see.
I guess.
SMS, right? It's just intercepting SMS over the cell network, but the authenticator codes are local.
I feel like you could do something like, because a picture or like video, streaming video is very data intensive. SMS works because it's just text. Like
Right.
They can probably very easily get it. I would imagine. I mean, you have control over the phone. You could set it up to whenever Authenticator is open, it takes a screenshot, and then you could download that screenshot. That might be one way to get around it, but it doesn't seem like there's a direct way to pull the two-factor code as at least as easily as SMS. So maybe that's one thing in the plus side of using something like Google Authenticator versus text message two-factor.
so the Authenticator, because I haven't set it up, so forgive my ignorance, it doesn't use a text message, it uses an independent platform. Does it use like an image on the screen to form the text?
It's its own app. It just generates new numbers. You add an account by scanning a QR code. And,
Okay,
and listeners, out of all four of us, Joey's probably the most vulnerable as far as on his system. So if you're gonna test some vulnerabilities, maybe direct them that way.
Good luck. Do you have any idea what we do to traitors? Anyway, I don't know if that was German or Russian. Anyway.
Yeah, the theme of tonight's show is guess what accent Joey's using.
No, it's not, Eric.
Good day, mate. Tell you
No,
what,
it's not.
man, here in Australia, it's going to be a good fun here with your Android device and your Authenticator app, I'll tell you.
So this malware is kind of interesting also. It launches a sophisticated chain attack via a silent attack vector that is triggered by common normal things that happen on your Android device, like booting up and maybe a minute passing on the clock and maybe turning the screen on. The malware then checks if the device is rooted or not. If it is, the malware continues straight to act on its objective. The device is not rooted. The parent malware XOR decrypts a file from its assets called write core APK, and then it does its thing from there to get root access by launching multiple exploits, Eric. Multiple.
Yet another reason why you should not root your phone and why you should not install APKs from random websites with names like hacku.ru.
That one more so than rooting it. I mean, you can still root your phone.
Yeah, I wonder how many people actually get caught by this.
Oh. Enough to make, it useful that we get these Android security updates once a month now.
Guess it's just another lesson learned.
That's right. Have a Nexus device so you get these security updates. Lessons learned. So I'm sorry. I just wanted to start on a real low, depressing note there. So I'll let you, Eric, go ahead and tell us about Picasa shutting down. Very exciting. I used to use this a lot. I love Picasa.
I did too. I'm more so like the desktop app than the website. I didn't use that too much, but I thought it was already shut down.
You just like upload to web albums, or were you literally just using it to organize on your local machine?
I would upload to web albums, but I thought the organization on your computer aspect was really nice, and I can't think of something that's, that is as good nowadays, or at least I haven't found it.
Well, it's photos.google.com, Eric.
Of course it is, Matt.
Au contraire, I beg to differ. As a happy Picasa user for at least 12 out of the past 14 years it's been available, and with over 100,000 images representing over 500 gigabytes of storage, I am pissed because I am not going to upload all of that stuff to Google's Photo Cloud just to edit things. I don't have enough space.
Hey, bud. It's okay. If you're not using Picasa web albums, it doesn't matter because that stuff will be in Photos. And if you're using the desktop version, that doesn't matter either because you can still use it. It just won't get updated anymore.
Here's the reason why I'm concerned. First of all, they're gonna stop allowing you to download it on the 15th of next month.
Well, right. So, if you already have it installed, that shouldn't matter.
Right. That's fine. Here's the next problem. 2 years down the road, some Windows thing is released, and it kills the functionality of Picasa as a software local program.
That's not going to happen, and hopefully you still have your installer saved somewhere, like in Drive.
Yeah, well, I'll be putting mine on Dropbox just to annoy them.
All the cloud services.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
but I'm just annoyed with it. I mean, it's an awesome desktop app, and I, for one, only really use it as a desktop app. The web album thing was never a huge feature for me, but it is a tremendously easy to use photo organizer that was free, that had an awful lot of functionality built into it for what it is. And I've installed this on, I can't even tell you how many of my customers have this software app, because I've been able to show so many people that are not techie how to edit and upload and email their photos. And my concern is that they're going to kill off the direct email function within the program somehow, and that's going to really annoy me because I don't necessarily use something like Thunderbird or Outlook to relay emails from my PC. I do it so if I'm going to email a photo, it goes right from Picasa right to Gmail through a web portal, and if they kill that off, all I'm going to have to do is exporting all my photos just to send out quick emails, and it's just going to add steps to my workflow and drive me crazy. On the other hand, I have been pointed at one that does most everything that Picasa does, if not a few things more. It's called the Fast Stone Image Viewer, and it's
good name.
That sounds completely legit.
Actually, it is. It's a piece of freeware from some guy in Finland, I think.
North Korea? Oh.
No, not Korea. No, it's actually from Russia. No, yeah. No, it's quite powerful. It does a good job, but it's definitely aimed at the more advanced person, not the not the basic grandmother type.
Can I give you my recommendation? It is the My Pictures folder. You can find it in the My Documents folder. So if you're sad about
Matt, it's just called Documents and Pictures nowadays. I mean, come on.
I'm sorry, I'm still on Windows XP.
Yeah, we all know. But no, it's I don't know where they're out of, but it's faststone.org, and it thus far it has proved to be a nice little app. I'm still playing with it, but it's free for non-commercial use.
Do you think we'll see photos for the desktop, like a desktop version?
Well, I think honestly, what if they could rebrand the desktop app as Google Photos Desktop, no one would complain, and
But
a
they're
lot of the
probably
complaints would go away.
developing two different forks of something that does the same thing, right?
Yeah, well, I think, and I've explained this to a few other people, I think what they're looking at is that, by and large, more and more people are not using a PC-centric
Right.
option for their media. They're taking the picture with their smartphone, it's going to Google Photos, they manage it through a web app, and most of it probably gets shared directly to Google Plus or Facebook or via email, and it never has to leave the cloud. And that's a completely and totally legitimate use case for most people. But for those of us that are serious photographers with a gazillion images in very high resolution and a lot of hardware storage, this upload it to edit it thing is just completely and totally off the grid crazy.
There you go. Crazy, Joey says. It's crazy.
It's getting all cray-cray up in here.
Let's see. Final Fantasy, a newer one. Eric, are they just going to release all of them and make a quick hot $15 off of each one? Because
Yeah. They're going through their back catalog,
Right.
and I like the interesting thing about this is the last one that that is on the original PlayStation platform. So if they're going to do this again, it's going to be with Final Fantasy X, and it's going to be with a game that was on PlayStation 2. So I think it'll happen eventually. I don't know that they can make it happen with today's smartphones or not.
what's the spec difference between, like, let's say even a Shield tablet and the PS2? Like, is it pretty comparable or not at all?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I have to think that the Shield tablet is more powerful. However, the PlayStation 2, and this is like this with all these consoles, they may not be as powerful as, let's say, a computer, but they are a specialized computer that's made
Right.
to do one thing very well. So they're very efficient.
So they'd have to do probably a lot more recoding and at least like sizing down of graphics and whatnot.
Yeah,
Is that also-
a lot of optimization.
The PS2 has like its own video card and everything, right? So it's
Oh.
you go to a phone that has very little.
It's ironic.
Well, then
sorry. The chip that actually powers the PS2 is actually a Macintosh chip.
the
A lot
Power
of people don't
PC.
realize that.
What?
Yes, Power P. Actually, I don't even know if it was the Power PC. It was a Motorola
68,000 series, right?
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people don't realize that, but it was actually a Mac processor underneath the hood. Yeah.
Well, another thing that they do, like they've gone through all these games and they've updated some of the graphics. They've added different modes. They have to add all the achievements, like things that we really didn't have back then, because aside from the Dreamcast, there really wasn't anything during that generation that was made to be on the internet.
Plus, of course, you got to update the control surfaces and how those are interfacing with a touchscreen device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is one of the weirder Final Fantasy games. I'd never even played. I played maybe 10 minutes of this when it came out, so I bought it. I'm waiting for it to get updated so it works with the Shield TV, and then I'll probably play it. But I mean, damn, that price. It's unsurprising, but it's quite expensive.
Just getting gouged out there.
Well, that's nothing. Look at the size of the download. I mean, that is freaking huge. They're talking about needing to have 8 gigs available just to download the darn thing. To put that in context, if I'm correct, Grand Theft Auto Vice City takes less than 2 gigs after it's downloaded. So you're talking about either a ginormous game or really, really, really sloppy code compression.
I would go with the second, because I remember people did comparisons when Chrono Trigger got released for mobile, and the Chrono Trigger download was huge. I want to say it was pushing a gig, if I remember correctly.
Graphics are huge, also.
Well, but then
all
you
the
compare
textures.
it to compare it to the same thing, Chrono Trigger, but the ROM, and the emulator. The ROM's like 120K, and then their mobile version is pushing a gigabyte. And I get that they've made some changes, but it's still just it seems way larger than it needs to be.
Why didn't you just use the ROM and like sell you that?
So yeah. That would actually be hilarious if somebody were to do that, just like wrap the ROM in something.
Right? Like an
It's just
autoplay
junk data.
So good.
That would be like the ultimate compliment to the hacker community.
$15, please. Thank you.
That's right.
Thanks for ripping off our game. Now you can buy it back for $10.
So you will be getting this, Eric?
Yeah, once it works for the Shield TV, I'm going to get it. Just because playing these games on the Shield TV, I will say, is very much like playing it on a console. So it saves me the time and effort of, hooking up a PlayStation to the TV. And the price is about what you would pay to get the game used on eBay or something. So
Sure.
It's not too big of a deal to me, as long as it works.
Can we just ask that it works?
I just want it to work, man.
Come on.
That's what I said to my ex-wife, only I was joking.
YouTube now putting video recommendations into your notification area. Are we all YouTube Red members because we had Google Play Music since the beginning? Oh,
I am, yeah.
Joey,
I haven't seen this myself, so.
Get with the program. What are you listening to? Spotify? Come on.
Picasa.
Actually,
Which codes all the music through pictures.
I have my MP3s in Picasa, and it plays them.
hey, don't knock it. It works.
I bet it does. I bet it does.
I can listen to Riders on the Storm like 5 times in a row to different photos.
Sort my porn collection. I mean, it's very, very good for things like that. So,
Allegedly. No, actually, I'm still using Amazon Music, a little bit of Pandora, and actually, recently I've been tuning into DI.FM.
Is
Digitally imported.
Is Project LD50 on DI.FM?
I don't think so, because it's all European stuff.
I don't know what that means.
It's, DI
Yeah,
is
what?
digitally imported. It's all European and Russian and...
Oh, they used to have
whatnot.
they used to stream a Shoutcast server way back in the day, like on Winamp, the old Shoutcast like music streaming
Yeah.
radio. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to listen to digitally imported drum and bass channel.
I actually have CDs that I made that I recorded using, I think it was Audacity, off of the Shoutcast server,
Nice.
and then made them into MP3s.
Yep.
No, there was an app that would track them based upon Shoutcast feed. You could download from Shoutcast to a track, and it would automatically track them, turn into individual MP3 files, and then I burned a CD of them. I got like 4 editions of it, and I'll tell you, I made one trip while I was driving 2 hours south of here, and I just kept feeding the CDs in, and I don't remember the drive, because I was just the whole time.
Right. Bump
Looks
it
like-
till you dump it. That's
Looks
what
like
I
there's
would-
a DI for Android app and a DI for iOS app. So I'm at their website now, and it looks pretty decent. But they even have an app for your phone,
Yep.
BlackBerry
That's
and
what
Windows
I'm,
phone.
Matter of fact, that's what I've got
You'd
right
also
now.
like a fever dream.
Digitally imported addictive electronic music right here on the phone. Comes up with your favorite channels, and you just tap a button, and it starts streaming.
Do you remember when we were talking about YouTube and not DI.FM?
Yeah.
Anyway, notifications are there. Check, like that's cool. So,
Does that piss you guys off? I mean, like getting recommendations.
No, not really.
Black notification.
no, I don't know. Should we?
Depends on how many people you're subscribed to. If
Should
it
we be
gets annoying.
Yeah, but is it recommending things that you're subscribed to or things that they think you'll like?
It looks like the latter.
Yeah. And I don't know necessarily that, like, it's not a huge deal to me because even in the article you can disable the notifications, but this is one of those things where it's like, okay, Google, I understand that this is the operating system that you've made,
Yeah.
but don't start throwing ads and crap into my device. Make that an opt-in thing.
I like how Bruce Wayne commented, I don't see what's so bad about this. I enjoy the recommended videos. And then A replies to that makes one of you. Well,
Oh,
That
typical
makes
A.
just little A.
Hey.
Well, that's cool.
Mm.
The update was nice. I mean, it's looking good. YouTube app looking real good. You can watch this show on it, which is looking pretty good. So that's cool.
Have any of you guys watched the was it the PewDiePie exclusive show that's only for Red subscribers?
No.
No, I saw a movie though called Laser something that
Oh
was
yeah.
a YouTube original show or whatever, or it was a movie, but yeah, not
Laser?
bad. Laser something. It's
Like
I
Laser Bros, or I don't know what it was, but it was like Laser.
Yeah, it's something like that. But I don't know. It wasn't terrible.
Laser
It wasn't
Team.
like Netflix original stuff. How the majority of that is like really good.
Okay, yeah, Laser Team. That's what it was.
Laser Team. That one. Which is funny actually, because the first time I saw it was on the torrent site I use, so I downloaded it, and then I noticed it was also on YouTube. That was a YouTube movie.
You're like, oh, I can just watch this.
I know. Sit back and watch this. Nick's like on point with the screen sharing tonight.
And that's a red only?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Rooster Teeth!
Yeah.
Sweet! That's the people behind Red versus Blue!
Really?
Yeah, Joey. Maybe now you can eke out $9.99 a month, you cheap son of a bitch.
Whoa.
You're the reason why they shut down Picasa.
I'm only paying $7.99.
It's true!
You're getting overcharged.
Yeah, red only access, so.
Actually, speaking of only access, I really did like The Man in the High Castle on Amazon Prime exclusives. If you guys haven't seen it, it was awesome. Which, you remember we had that thing, Matt, where we were talking years ago about how couldn't cut the cord without subscribing like all the services?
Sure.
Yeah, now it seems like you can't get everything you want to see without subscribing to all the services because they've all got exclusives on one thing or another.
Yeah, they're all
Well,
distributed.
how are you going to differentiate in a market full of such crap, Joey? You gotta, like, make other better good stuff. Come on.
The other alternative is to have one service to rule them all, and then the price will get jacked.
Yeah, it's called private torrent sites, so
Yeah.
don't. Have you guys seen this MyShake app? This is kind of cool. Trying to use the sensors in the phone to detect when earthquakes are happening.
Honestly, I'm disappointed. I really thought it was going to be an app to make you make your own milkshakes, and then you show up someplace and they're made for you.
And it's just ready for you to
Yeah.
pick it up. Yeah, not as cool. But this is cool. It's kind
How
of
does
like,
it work?
well, it uses your phone to detect earthquakes.
If your phone shakes, you know you're in an earthquake. No.
Or you're getting a call. Or a text.
I would love to see the readings after I got off of a motorcycle after having ridden my phone. I mean, ridden a motorcycle with my phone in
Oh, we got
my
it.
pocket. Yeah.
It just turns your phone into a seismometer. It runs in the background, uses the built-in accelerometer to detect shaking, right? And if it detects motion that is consistent with the vibrational profile of a quake, it'll submit data about the quake. Yeah, sexy. To Berkeley seismologists for analyses. According to the MyShake website, the app sends this data anonymously, so you shouldn't have to worry about your personal information being at risk. And then they say eventually the researchers hope to use the app as part of a global earthquake detection network. So that's pretty cool. Which makes sense.
It's an interesting idea.
They did studies like how they could kind of chart people getting sick, like how like colds and shit spread just based on people posting about being sick, like on social network. So kind of the same thing,
Yeah.
just data mining. You get enough of this app on enough phones, uh, with a decent enough vibrational profile, of course.
Yeah, I wonder how accurate it could be. Like, I'm thinking that an earthquake is going to feel kind of similar for a lot of people, but is it like, are the phones sensitive enough to like these vibrational profiles to determine one versus another?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But so it doesn't have to be the individual phone, though, right? Like if it detects that kind of vibrational profile on multiple devices in the same area, right? Then you could
Then
get a
it can
better
make
idea.
like an educated guess. Yeah,
I guess in
makes sense.
places that don't already have, the seismological things in them, like in the ground.
Yeah.
Like Tremors. Remember the movie Tremors? And they had the little thing in the ground that was detecting the
Steak.
strikes, right? So if you live somewhere that doesn't have those, maybe you want to check this app out. It's called My Shake.
Yeah.
Eh,
You and your worm friends.
eh.
Yeah.
You and your tremor sensing friends. Do you think it could detect a shake profile of like different diseases that make people shake? It could be like, oh, this one's epilepsy and this one's Parkinson's, just by having the app running in your pocket.
You could probably create a what do you call it? A seizure, like a seizure detector.
A seizure
Like if it's shaking,
profile.
a
Yeah, but
seizure
all of the
vibrational
above,
profile.
all of the above will get thrown off by some 20-year-old co-ed at a twerking party with their phone in the back pocket.
I don't know what that has to do with helping save lives in the medical industry, but thank you.
Yeah. And everybody knows you don't leave your phone in your pocket when you're twerking.
Yeah, come
This
on.
is why nobody throws singles at you, Joey.
That's how I. That. Tell us about the next gen ViewMaster. This is so cool. I wish I was a kid again. Google and
I really hope that this is. I hope that this is not what we talked about last week. The rumored, like, Google jumping in headfirst into VR. Because if it is, it might be a little disappointing.
Low res VR.
Yeah. I mean, I think all of us are old enough to remember this. I don't know if there are any younger folks. If anybody younger is watching, but yeah, ViewMaster, the big red things, and we would click, and it would go through the little dial with photos in it. And Google apparently is going to be releasing a new version of that in the fall, which is going to be using. It'll still have the little dials, but it's going to. What's that?
Those little discs, or what do we call them? Yeah.
Yeah, it'll still have the discs, but it'll be apparently they'll be all digital, and it'll be using Google Cardboard technology to make a 3D experience that kids can look through.
But Eric, will it still click?
If you look at the pictures, I think it will.
I hope
there seems to be a little like clicky thingy on the side.
Oh, that would be the best.
Do you guys? I mean, they're saying that it's going to be like $29.99, and that each reel pack, which is going to have like each reel pack has 4 experiences, and each reel pack is $14.99. This actually seems like a very good price point and seems really cool. Do you think that this is going to be successful?
Well, Eric, cardboard isn't expensive, so you can get those lower price points.
Yeah, but this isn't made of cardboard. This is made of like plastic and hard things that machine made.
That's better.
Yeah,
I like it.
It looks like a real boy.
I like it. It finally feels like some Back to the Future shit happening. This right here, that's what I'm talking about.
Waiting on the hoverboards.
Nah.
I'm waiting on the Virtual Boy from Nintendo.
Nah. I had one of those. That thing was kind of cool.
I think it's interesting that this news comes out, and then Mattel also had another news story where they're also releasing like a $300 3D printer for kids too. So like they seem to be going all in on the technology front to 3D printers, Google Cardboard, probably trying to differentiate themselves from the fact that, I mean, do kids really, they're playing Minecraft, do they really buy a lot of these toys anymore?
Dude, that's awesome. They call it the Thing Maker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
300. And it does look cool. I mean, it looks like something even a big kid might like.
Are you gonna buy one? You're totally gonna buy one. I
Nah.
might buy one.
I wonder what
The
the
Thing Maker.
capacity is.
It's a 64 gig drive in there, Joe. You can put all your pictures on there.
Yeah,
Do you
but
Do you think they'll come out with something that'll let you shoot your own stuff and put it onto something like that, and so you can make your own discs and reels? Like maybe a camera phone that shoots in 3D. Huh? We've only seen a few of those that were awful.
I feel like if Google did something like to make photospheres a little better, because I still have some problem stitching together photospheres, that could totally be a service where you send your 4 photospheres over to Mattel and they make a reel for you and send it back.
Ooh. Photosphere like that? That'd be so cool.
Yeah, it would be. I'm trying to remember. Like recently, I was looking through. Oh, I was looking at photospheres. Like I went on Google Maps and just did a search for Zimbabwe because I wanted to see like what it looks like and everything. And in Google Maps, if you look down on the side, it has photos and photospheres. And there were quite a few where people had taken photospheres, and I could just like do the 360 and see what a street corner actually looks like, and it was very, very neat.
MB in the chat knows what I'm talking about. The Evo 3D. Multiple levels.
That was
appointment, right?
such a horrible phone.
Oh, goodness. Such a bricky big thing.
I'm pretty sure that the Evo 3D is what drove my brother away from Android and into the arms of Apple. So I totally blame HTC for that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
What a terrible phone.
What a terrible experience. Tell us about the latest Humble Bundle coming out. Very exciting. RPG. What's that
Yeah,
mean?
it's from Chemco, and if you just do a search for RPGs on the Google Play Store, these people like crank these out like once every 2 months, like just new games. So this is an easy way, I guess, to get a bunch of them for, you can get 3 for $1, you can get like 9 for $6. So I've played a little bit of a couple of them. They're sort of generic JRPGs, but they're fun. Easy way to get a lot of games. With such titles as Illusion of Lefalcia.
Now you do realize it's the same game, just
Skin differently, yeah. Maybe
Right.
Just over and over again.
I just had to make sure. Sometimes I can't tell if you guys are like serious or not.
Well, if it's a working
I like to throw
formula.
RPG. I put RPG stories in there just to irritate Matt.
I enjoy a good RPG. You know what I really enjoyed? Magical Star Sign on the Nintendo DS Lite. Did you ever play that? Yeah, best
No.
RPG ever. Google it. Magical Star Sign.
can you put in some racing game stories to annoy everybody else except me?
Hey, I like racing games too. Come on. I like all the games. Except right now it's just pretty much Battlefront. So. War takes up a lot of time, I'll tell you, being a rebel or a white guy.
Anybody played Mobile Strike yet?
No.
No, but I see the commercials all the time for that, everywhere.
One Arnold Schwarzenegger is
Yeah,
Yeah.
in? Are you kidding?
they're going all in.
I'm pretty sure that game's malware. It has that look to it. It's like that other game that had commercials with like the big busty like Viking looking chick that had absolutely nothing to do with the game, but she was there like getting you all hyped for war.
It doesn't matter. I still downloaded it.
Of course you did. You know which one I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Google's TTS updated with male and female voices. Did they only have female voices before?
I think yes.
I thought they came out with male, like a couple male versions last year, but I've never used them.
Yeah, I don't really use text to speech on my phone. I know Google's very good at it, but I don't use it. Do you? I'm guessing Joey uses it to read back his text messages.
From Picasso.
Actually, I don't.
Oh.
And I was wondering if it was worth bothering with.
Who put
I-
this rundown? Come
I've never
on.
tried it. No, I would imagine that could get awful embarrassing, though, if you were, say, doing some adult texting with your person, and then you're in a church confessional, and then your phone goes off and starts reading it to you. It could be a problem.
It seems like a very likely scenario.
Could happen.
And then it ends up on the internet, and then it's a whole thing. And
Mm-hmm.
did you see this? Free dash cams can trade for your data. That's cool.
Yeah, not a good trade.
Oh, come on. Sure it is. Think of the use you'll get out of your free dash cam from Andy Rubin.
What exactly is the point of dash cam? I guess just to...
Catching awesome. Didn't you see the dash cam footage of that giant meteor in wherever it was, Russia or wherever? Yeah, we wouldn't have had that footage if it wasn't for awful shitty Russian drivers and the people needing to have dash cams there. So, yeah.
Yeah, personally, I would be interested in something like this because I don't really go to that many places, but to get a free dash cam out of it, I'd probably do it. I'm not that paranoid, so I don't really care.
Well, supposedly, let's if we take it at face value, the only reason why he wants to give you a dash cam is because he wants to have a company that that has what am I trying to say? It has a live view of roads, sort of like Google Street View.
Right? But it's like Eric's phone dash view. No, what he should do is give them out to all the cops, and then we could just sit back and watch cops like 24/7.
Well, the cops kind of have their own dash cams already, so like they
Yeah,
may
but
not be so good.
they don't have Andy Rubin live streaming dash cams. That's what's up.
Cops live.
This stream recorded on location with both male and female subjects and officers. Parental discretion is advised.
Bad boys, what you want?
What you gonna do?
Gonna do? All right.
Hold on, where
This
is that?
doesn't
I
seem
have
like
it
a
in my
bad
MP3
idea, though.
collection.
Yeah, no, I think it's cool as hell, and I applaud Mr. Rubin for having such vision when the rest of these human animals are not. So good on you, Andy. Good on you.
Yeah, he's probably looking to do this and then sell it, then get bought by Google and then basically be hired by Google again.
Right? Would that be the most amazing thing? He was like, peace out for a while, and then he's like, oh, look what I made. You should give me $50 billion more for it.
It's like the Andy Rubin life workflow. Make thing, bought by
So
Google,
Yeah.
Google, leave, restart at 1,
Go to one.
go to 1.
Thank you, Joey.
I made a slideshow using that. And every transition between a picture had a 1 second video clip of this blue light going off.
Nice. So
Yeah.
Andy doesn't believe in Skynet or any of that stuff, he says, which is comforting. He does believe in general that technology is used for good.
It doesn't really matter. Skynet believes in him, so.
That's true. You don't have to believe in Skynet, Andy. I like
Did
it.
it mention when this is going to happen? Or is this just Andy Rubin talking about something he wants to do, or can we order our free dash cam now?
Yeah, where do we sign up?
Well, yeah, I don't know. He wants to also include home security systems in these. and thermostats. You just put a little camera in your thermostat so people have a street view of your living room. That'd be cool.
Yeah, see, now we got creepy. Now we're in creepy territory.
Was that the boundary?
Yeah,
See,
you
here's the
know, you
thing.
just have a dash cam, and if you take your sweater off, I turn the heat up a little bit.
I'll turn the heat up a little. Gee, are you hot yet? Okay, turn the heat up more.
It's not even a computer. It's just Andy Rubin watching you. He's got a bunch of dials.
Nest, increase temperature by 10 degrees.
And he's
Now,
like,
I'll tell
okay,
you when
fine.
I tell you when this is going to be get released. Honestly, these new dash cams, it'll be just after Sarah Connor gets born. Just after that.
Ooh, Terminator. Ooh.
Yes, I just had to Google that to remember what her name was.
There
Oh,
is
well.
a lot of comments though saying like, okay, I'm in. Like, how do I get it? Like, give it up. Where are they?
Yeah. Well, I'm in the market for a dash cam, so if it were available today, I would have bought it.
But since it's not, you missed the boat. Sorry.
I missed the boat.
Well,
Okay.
to be honest with you, the whole temperature changing and security systems unlocking thing is not actually all that far off if you think about it. If you were to take your phone and use it with a Bluetooth device and keep the Bluetooth turned on, and you had a bunch of Bluetooth-enabled devices around your house that could monitor where you are in relation to where they are by signal strength, it could vary temperature and it could unlock a security system and whatnot. But this is the same problem with using a token-based security system exclusively. Like, for instance, this is why most access systems, you have to have a card and a PIN. Well, if you just have the security system going off of your phone, all someone needs to do is grab your phone, turn the GPS on, say, take me home, and when they get there, the security system will unlock because they think it's you.
Yeah, and as we've seen, there's malware that could probably do all that and just send you.
Although it'd be hard to fake a Bluetooth MAC address, I would think.
Nah.
But
Nah.
sure, it's doable.
Skynet can do anything, Joey. You should know that by now. All right. Well, do we have anything else you guys want to talk about? That was all that was in the rundown here.
I'm trying to think. I don't think so.
Okay.
Go ahead, Joey.
What?
Proud to say that Grand Theft Auto Vice City does work on the Nexus 6, even after a Marshmallow update.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yeah.
Get that out
Didn't
there.
work.
I did see.
Nice. Eric, what's our email address?
Our
No,
email address is show@attackoftheandroids.com.
Well, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you guys again next week. AttackingTheAndroids.com. That's the site. We're on Stitcher and soon on Google Play Podcasts. What's that going to be called? It's just part of Play Music, right? It'll be a podcast section in Play Music, maybe? Okay.
I think so. I looked. It's still not live.
Right.
Maybe we'll call it something cool like Playcast.
Like Play Podcasts. I don't think you can rename podcasts at this point. Maybe.
It's going to be the
Somebody
very
else.
longest name.
Hangout.
Google Play Music Podcast.
Google Play Music Hangouts on Air podcast shows. I like it. All right. Well, have a great week, everyone. We'll see you later.